Hello students, hope you are fine. Today let us study about a new topic from microeconomics, production possibility curve. Production possibility curve, PPC, or it's also known as production possibility frontier, PPF, production possibility frontier. Like we can mention that also, production possibility curve or production possibility frontier, in short form PPC or PPF. Okay, are you ready now? When we think about PPC or PPF, we can say that basically in economics or economy, the resources are scarce and the wants are unlimited. So the economizing resource, in our previous class I told you that we have to economize the resource in such a way to get maximum satisfaction from the production or from the consumption or whatever be the activity, the consumer should get maximum satisfaction. At the same time, the producer also should get maximum satisfaction. He will be able to produce maximum output from the available resources. Available resources, we know the available resources are scarce. Okay, so that is why we can consider PPC as a graphical representation of combinations of two goods. It can be produced with available resources. It is the graphical representation. PPC is the graphical representation. Means what? We are representing this matter in terms of diagram. Graphically, we can show the combinations of two goods which can be produced with available limited resources. Clear? Combinations of two goods which can be produced with available limited resources. That is what we are calling it as the PPC. It's a locus of various combinations of goods. We can say in other terms, locus of various combinations. Combinations of how many goods? Two goods. Locus of various combinations of two goods which can be produced with available resources. Okay, it's a very detailed concept. Everybody should know what is PPC, and in examination point of view also it is very important. Okay, so before going to the theory, let us analyze the assumptions of the theory. Almost all theories in microeconomics, we have to study the assumptions. We are assuming few elements, variables remains like this, constant or not changing, or it should be in proportion with another one. So some connections we are making, means we are assuming those variables are remaining as it is. Among the assumptions of PPC, let us study one by one. I'll write here assumptions. Assumptions of PPC. Assumptions of PPC. The first and foremost assumption of PPC is that the technology of the country remains constant. So I'll write here, technology remains constant. Technology remains constant. What it means that? It means that there is no change in technology. In our previous topic, I think central problems of the economy, we discussed about the how to produce. How to produce is a matter of choice of technique, either labor intensive or capital intensive technique, CIT or LIT. Capital intensive technique or labor intensive. So according to the country's resource, we can choose the technique of production. So the technology, what is decided now, that remains constant. There is no change in technology. That's the first one. Technology remains constant. Clear? Second assumption is that resources are fixed. Means fixed resources. Fixed resources means resources are constant or fixed. The amount of resource that is available in the economy is fixed. There is no way to increase the resource quickly. No way to increase the resource. So means resource remains constant. Resources are fixed. But one thing is possible, the transfer of resource from one production to the other is possible. Resource can be transferred. Even if it is resources are fixed, it can be, you can say it can be transferred. Transferred from one to the other. Transferred from one to the other. That is possible. Is it? So that is a matter of this one. Transferred. Transferred from one to the other. So means that if suppose from one production we can change the resource from that to the other one, because the available resource in such a way we are utilizing in such a way to get maximum satisfaction. Is it? So we can transfer the resource, but even if resources are fixed, clear. And third one is that resources are how it is utilized, means the utilization of resource, means we are saying resources are utilized fully. Resources are utilized fully or efficiently. Resources are utilized fully or efficiently. Efficient. Resources are fully or efficient means there is no wastage of resource. Because as we know, resources are scarce in the economy. So the scarce resources we are utilizing in such a way to get maximum satisfaction from the production. So there is no lacks of resources. Resources are fully utilized. Is it? And using this resources are fully and efficiently utilized, but we can produce maximum how many goods? 2. We can produce maximum 2 goods. Is it? So that's the thing. So resources are fully utilized, efficiently utilized, but we can produce, we are assuming at a time, we can produce 2 goods with the available resources. These are the major assumptions of this theory. Once again, I will repeat, technology remains constant. Second one, resources are fixed. But one thing is possible, transferring of resource from one production to the other is possible. Third one is the resources are fully or efficiently utilized and maximum we can produce 2 goods. One more assumption is there, resources are not equally efficient. Fourth assumption we can say, all resources are not equally efficient. All resources are not equally efficient. Means what? There are differences in the quality of resources. Clear? 10 laborers are there. All the 10 laborers of the same company, they are not equally efficient in all aspects of their production. If you are technically a little advanced, if you are an average level, if you are less than the average. So those people, company will send them for the training and all, in service and all, then sooner or later, they will be equipped with the production and all. So, okay, these are the things. So once again, repeat the assumptions. Technology remains constant. Resources are fixed, but we can transfer the resource from one to the other. Third one, resources are fully and efficiently utilized, but we can produce only 2 goods. And last one is that all resources are not equally efficient. There are variations in the quality of the resources. These are the 4 major assumptions of this theory, P production possibility curve. Understood? Then let us analyze how we can explain the theory. Now to explain the theory, we have to use, means we are using one schedule, and after that we have to draw a diagram. So in microeconomics theory we are explaining with the help of schedules and diagrams. Okay. So in order to draw this one, no need to ask graph paper. We can draw in our normal notebook. In examination, don't ask graph paper for the microeconomics diagrams. It can be drawn only with our normal ruled papers. No need of graph papers. Okay. So for this one, let us draw a table. The table we need 5 columns. Okay. All of you draw a table. It will be a sizable table we need. And heading, first heading, production possibilities. production possibilities. First heading. Second heading, good X. Here we are producing, as we told, good X. Two goods we are producing, good X and good Y. Next one, the calculation of two things, MOC and MRT. MOC and MRT. MOC means marginal opportunity cost. MRT means marginal rate of transformation. Marginal rate of transformation. Is it? MOC and MRT. Opportunity cost we discussed yesterday. So we'll explain what is MRT and MOC. Both are same in effect. If a slight difference we can point out if it is required. Otherwise, it is both are MOC and MRT are same. A slight difference we can show. That only the things in this regard, how to calculate these things also. It's okay. If in effect both are same only, no need to separate a line if it is required. Okay, no problem. Let it be. Okay. So first of all, let us see. There are production combinations we are going to write now. There are 1, 2, C, D, E, and F. 6 production possibilities are there. And good X production we are saying 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is the production of good X in the economy. And a good Y production 15, 14, 12, 3, 9, 3, 4, 5, and 0. Yes. This is the available table. This table you have to prepare by yourself. Is it? So any combination you can choose. But technically there is a relationship in this combination. It's not a roughly we are preparing some numbers there. Okay, one side is okay. This side some theoretical basis are there behind this writing of numbers. I did not write the number simply. You might have seen that when I wrote the number, I kept it some calculation in my mind. So according as per the calculation only, it is written there. Okay, let's see that what is the technical thing behind this calculation. So in this regard, we can see consumer with the available resources of the economy, we were able to produce these goods. How many combinations are there? 5 are there. 6 are there. A, B, C, D, E, F. 6 combinations of productions. And in the first combination, did not produce the available under resource we used for the production of good Y. We did not produce any good X. 0 of X and 15 of Y. 15 units of Y. When we moved from A to B, one more, next option, it is that one. We decided to produce 1 unit of X and 14 units of Y only. 1 unit of X and 14 units of Y. Means, in order to increase 1 unit of X, we sacrificed some units of Y. Understood? Means we decrease this one. Here again, production of X increases. 1 became 2 means 1 more unit of X we produced extra. But we sacrificed something more than before. Before we sacrificed 1, 15 became 14. Now we sacrificed 2. Understood? Again, production of X increases from 2 to 3. Total 3 only, but additionally 1 only increased. 2 became 3 means additionally 1 more unit we produced. But we sacrificed here 3. 12 became 9. Again, 1 more we are able to produce. 3 became 4, but we sacrificed 4. 9 became 5. 5 units we sacrificed. Now we are producing only 5. And finally 1 more we increased in X. It became 4 became 5. 1. Additional 1 we produced. But how much we sacrificed? 5 units totally we sacrificed. So here we can say, here we are gaining. Here we are gaining. How much? 1, 1, 1 we are gaining here. We can say these are the gains. Here we are losing 1. See, here we sacrificed 1. Here we sacrificed 2. See, here we sacrificed 3. Here we sacrificed 4. And lastly we sacrificed 5. Means in terms of Y we sacrifice. In terms of X we gain. Means that the available resources are limited. So in order to increase the production of 1 unit, we have to decrease the production of other. In other terms, we can say we are gaining X, but we are losing Y. Any terms we can use. Gain or loss. or increased or decreased or sacrificed, anything we can use. If the matter is very clear, what's the reason behind this one? Resources are scarce. Resources are scarce, and the assumption we can transfer resource. Yes, before the commodity, it was resources used for the production of Y. Now from Y we transferred for the production of X. Transferred. Here 1 transferred for the 1. Here 2 transferred for 1. Here 3 transferred for 1. Here 4 transferred for 1. And lastly 5 transferred for 1. Means we are not producing any commodity of Y, but we are producing commodity of X. That is one thing. Second thing, you might have noticed that the sacrificing level increases. Sacrificing level increases. Gaining level remains constant. Right? Gain only 1 each. In all successive stages, when we moved from A to B, B to C simultaneously respectively, we were able to gain only 1 each. 0 became 1, 1 became 2, 2 became 3, 3 became 4, and so on. But in case of sacrifice, we were sacrificing more. What does it mean? We are sacrificing more. It means what? It means that the available resource in the economy, even if we are using for transferring of resource, those resources are not equally efficient. Not equally efficient means the quality of the resources are not equally efficient. Yes, our fourth assumption, resources are not equally efficient. But we are utilizing fully. Yes, our third assumption, resources are fully and efficiently utilized, but the resources are not equally efficient, the capacity. That is why first we used only 1 for 1. 1 sacrificed, 1 gain. Correct? 1:1 ratio. That ratio we are saying it as MRT, marginal rate of transformation. That I'll explain afterwards. Okay, 1 on 1. Here 2 sacrificed, but 1 only gained. 2:1. Loss of 2 and gain of 1. 2:1 or 2/1. Here 3 were sacrificed, but gain only 1. 3 divided by 1. Numerator is 3, denominator is 1. 3:1 ratio. Is it? In this case, 4:1. And last one, 5:1. Means sacrificing level increases, but the gaining level, achieving scoring level remains constant. It shows that the resources are not equally efficient in the economy. But it is a available resource only. Don't calculate like this, 15 plus 1, 14 plus 1 like that. That calculation is not there. We are assuming this production function continues in the economy like this. That's why we are, it is shown here in the form of table here. Clear now? So we can say, but we can say 2 terms we have to explain, MOC and MRT. MRT. What is MOC? No doubt. MOC, full form is marginal opportunity cost. What is opportunity cost? Yesterday I took a class regarding opportunity cost. What is opportunity cost? Opportunity cost, it is the amount of a commodity we sacrificed. What sacrificed to gain some other commodity. You remember the example of yesterday's farmer? Farmer, now he decided to produce wheat, sacrificing rice. How much? 500 he sacrificed. It was able to gain 5,000 totally, but he took wheat, 4,500 only. 500 rupees he sacrificed and he took that production of wheat. We understood that the cost of production will be different, as I told you regarding the employment of company A and company B. One is executive and other one is not executive. So if you did not see the class, just watch the class, okay? And keep watching my class regularly, then you can understand more concepts from the classes also. Okay, so here MOC, it means marginal opportunity cost. It explains the sacrifice, additional sacrifice required to gain additional commodities. It is the amount what is additionally sacrificed when one more unit of commodity is produced. The additional sacrifice, that much only. Opportunity cost is sacrifice. Marginal means additional. So additionally, how much we sacrifice from here? See, here 1 unit we sacrificed to get 1. So here MOC is 1. 1 sacrificed, 1 gained. MOC we are saying only sacrificed. Is it how much we sacrificed? So here 1 sacrificed, here 2 sacrificed, here 3. So we can write here. In the first case, there is no sacrifice. 1 sacrificed. 1 sacrificed, 1 gained. Here 2 sacrificed, 1 gained. Here 3 sacrificed, 1 gained. Here 4 sacrificed, 1 gained. And last case, 5 sacrificed, but we are able to gain only 1. So marginal opportunity cost, it explains the additional amount of the commodity sacrificed when we earn an additional unit of commodity. In case of commodity Y, the additional amount of good Y we sacrificed to gain an additional unit of good X, that is MOC, marginal opportunity cost. Marginal means additional. Marginal revenue, additional revenue. Marginal product, additional product. Marginal utility, additional utility. Is it? Marginal cost, additional cost. All these are the terms coming in our microeconomics unit 3 and 2 and all. Okay. Marginal means additional. Clear now? MOC I think is clear. Next one we are moving to MRT. Marginal rate of transformation. Marginal rate of transformation. Transformation means how much of commodity we transformed from one to the other. Transformation is coming from one to the other. That is we are saying in terms of ratios. Marginal rate of transformation is the ratio of one commodity sacrificed and other commodity gained. Here we can use one more term. It's a ratio. Ratio. Ratio means it is the amount of commodity sacrificed and amount of commodity gained. So here we can say, here in terms of this Y, we can say it is the ratio of sacrifice of Y and gain of X. Change in Y and change in X. Sacrifice of Y and gain of X. No doubt. It is the amount of sacrifice of good Y and divided by amount of commodity X gained. Sacrifice and gained. Sacrificed and gained. Is it? Amount of commodity sacrificed and amount of commodity gained. Amount of good Y sacrificed and amount of good X gained. That is the ratio. That only the difference. Only it is said in terms of ratios. Is it? So both concepts are same only. But in here we are saying in terms of ratio. How can we write the ratios? Yes, we can write. How much sacrificed? 1 sacrificed. How much gain? 1 gain. 1 by 1. Is it? Or we can write in terms of 1:1. What is sacrificed and what is gained. Second case, how much sacrificed? 2 sacrificed. How much gain? 1. It means 2:1. In terms of ratios, we can say like this. Third case, 3 divided by 1 means in terms of ratio 3:1. We can write like that. That only the difference. Then 4 divided by 1, 4:1. 5 divided by 1, 5:1. Is it? So means the sacrifice, it is same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So only a slight change we can make in terms, if you want to say like that, in terms of ratios, like this. We sacrificed 1, gained 1. Sacrificed 2, just we are noting how much we earned, because in equation we are using like this. That only the difference. Other than that, both concepts MOC and MRT are same. Technically, only this is the difference. Here we are saying how much we gained. Here we are not saying that, we are assuming yes, we gained something. Is it? But the gaining here remains constant. Clear now? The constancy gain also we noted there in terms of MRT. That is only the difference between there. We used a colon instead of that one. So to show that one. And numerator and denominator we pointed the same way. These are the major difference between these two. Other than that, there is no difference. So commonly we can say MOC and MRT both are same. It is the amount of commodity sacrificed and amount of commodity gained. Or in terms of ratio, it is the ratio of sacrifice and gain. Clear? This is the explanation regarding the table. Let us move towards the diagram. So it can be explained with the help of this table. We have to depict in diagram. Diagram we have to practice how to draw the diagrams clearly. Okay. Let us draw the diagram now. Okay. Diagram we have to draw by marking. Okay. So we have to mark it properly. Maximum good X, X-axis good X, Y-axis good Y. So right here good X and here good Y. You have to mark it. Okay. How many good X produced here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So equally you have to mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And good Y also the same distance we have to mark. But no need of graph paper. Maximum is 50. I think so. We can mark 3, 6, 9, 12 and 15. Okay. So it is written 18 also. No problem. Such a way I marked. Okay, let us mark one by one. First of all, in the case of A, 0 of x and 15 of y. 0 of x and 15 of y. This point is point A. Second case, 1 of x and 14 of y. 1 of x, this is x. 1 of x and 14 of y. That's it. If you are having scale, you can mark it properly. The second one, 2 of x. Is it? This point is B. 2 of x and 12 of y. 2 of x and 12 of y. Next one, 3 of x and 9 of y. This is C, this is D. And 4 of x and 5 of y. And lastly, 5 of x and 0 of y. This is E and this is F. So these are the different combinations of two goods which can be produced with the available resources. Let us connect all the points. We'll get a curve, more or less. Okay, little bit difference only happened. This we got it now. See. So this is, we can call it as the production possibility curve, PPC. PPC. When we think about a curve, we have to study 2-3 things regarding the curve. What is the shape of curve? There are two shapes we are seeing, concave and convex to the origin. Origin means this angle, it is convex or concave. This concept you might have learned in your physics, concave lenses and convex lenses. In the division and all, you might have learned that. So here concave and convex shape. Most of the diagrams are either in the form of convex or in the form of concave. So what will be the shape here? Can you tell what is the shape of this curve here? Convex or concave? Convex, if it is the shape of X, or in the shape of concave, cave. Okay, in order to see that simple, imagine you are in a cave. You are in a cave, is it? So if how will show, I will explain the shape of the cave to your friend with your right hand. You will say, oh, the cave shape is like this, like this and like this. Suppose this, take this right hand side, like this, concave. It is a shape of a cave. Yes, it's a shape of a cave. So concave. X means that the shape of the curve will be different. X, that will be a part of X. Is it X we are writing in a big letter, it is coming like this. So our curve also be, we are taking this part of X. That will explain when the topic is coming. We'll explain that. Okay. Now we think about only concave. Is it? So we are in the inside a cave. So we will show the shape of the cave with the right hand like this. So this is the cave, concave. So shape of this PPC curve is concave to the origin. Many are there convex to the origin curves. That will explain. Indifference curve is a convex to the origin and that will explain. So remember, PPC is concave to the origin. Clear? Concave to the origin. Let us study more about this combination. See. So now see the situations. Point A, point B, point C, point D, E and F. What did you find from these combinations? When we are moving from A to B, what happens? When we are moving from A to B, see, this much, 1 unit we gain, is it? And the total, how much of that one? 14 units of Y is there, correct, correct. And second thing, when we are moving from next 2 to 212, see, is it? So here we gain, again, 9, 3 and 9, gain. Next one, 3 and 9, 4 and 5. And the last one, 5 and 0. So little less landing is there. So in this one we can say, these lines, these all highlighted lines are the gains. What we gained. See, gaining constant, 1 unit only gaining, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We gain, means our gain is constant. How much unit? 1 unit each. From 0, 1. 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 1, 5. 1 unit we gained. But we have to measure the sacrifice. How much we sacrifice in terms of MRT. Good of Y. This we have triangle, we have to read delta or change. Amount of commodity sacrificed. How much we sacrificed? Sacrifice we can say in terms of these vertical lines. Means The sacrifice vertical lines, the length of this vertical line increases or decreases? It's very clear. It increases. Understood? It means that sacrifice increases. Sacrifice increases. MRT increases. MOC increases. What we are sacrificing, it is more increasing. Means because of the inefficiency of the resources. Because of this fourth assumption. Resources are not equally efficient. That is why sacrifice level increases. Gaining level remains constant. Yes. So means we can say the horizontal lines are, these horizontal lines are our gain. And these vertical lines are our loss. Understood? So what we gained, it is a horizontal line. What we lost, our losses of the economy, it is the vertical lines. Clear now? Horizontal and vertical. And that is the slope. This highlighted portion is the slope of this curve. Slope of this curve. This highlighted area, we can call it as the slope of the curve. Means the gain and loss. That concept will explain in another section, slope of the curve. Now we need to study in detail that about. But one thing we have to study, properties of this PPC. Properties of PPC. Okay, next heading is that properties. Properties of PPC or characteristics of PPC. PPC or PPF. Characteristics, properties or characteristics of PPC. Property characteristics means the nature, the features of this curve. What are the properties means what are the features of this curve. Even it is not asked in examination, when you are explaining PPC, you can write that one in examination. Okay. So there are two features are there, two characteristics or two properties are there for PPC. First one is that PPC slopes downward. Slopes downward. That's the first characteristic. PPC slopes downward. Means what? Yes, it is moving from A to B, B to C, D, E, F. Yes, here from A to F. We can say here in our diagram, in the curve, PPC moved from A to F with different combinations. In that A to F, we saw that different combinations are there. Means we are able to produce only two goods. Means we produced two goods with available resources. Is it? But one thing we noticed that, are we able to produce both goods in an increasing order? No. If you want to increase the production of one good, we want to decrease the production of other good. Decrease the production of other good. So in order to increase the production of X, we decrease the production of Y. Or we transfer the resource of Y for the production of X. For the production of X. Means if we want to produce more, we want to sacrifice the production of some other goods. Means both the goods, X and Y, is not able to produce together simultaneously. If you want to increase one, we want to decrease the other one. Correct? If you want to increase the welfare of one, if you want to increase welfare, we want to take the welfare of others. Is it? Beyond a limit, it is not possible. The same way, if you want to do more, if you want to produce X, more of X, we want to reduce the production of Y. Simple example. Suppose your mother gave 50 rupees in your hand. And she asked you to go to market or to shop and buy some vegetables and some fish into your house. And she told that buy more fish, means 30 rupees fish and 20 rupees vegetables. Is it? Suppose after that she called you and told that increase little more of fish. If you want to increase more of fish, you are compelled to decrease the purchase of vegetables. Why? In your hand only 50 rupees. So 30, if you want to increase from 30 to 40 fish, you want to decrease the vegetable from 20 to 10. Why? 40 plus 10, 50 rupees only in your hand. There is no extra. Resources are less. But this 10 rupee we can transfer from vegetables to fish. Transferring is possible. Is it? And we can buy the commodity also. That's why we are saying increase of one commodity is possible only by decreasing the other good. That we can say. One more time we can say there is an inverse relationship. We can say an inverse relationship between the two commodities. If you want to increase X, you want to decrease Y. If you want to increase Y, you want to decrease X. This composition we can say opposite also, is it? So anyway, both commodity could not be produced in the same way with available resources. Either one can be increased by reducing the other because the resources are scarce in the economy. That is what we are saying. The slope of this curve from A to F. We increased one, but we sacrificed more. We gained one, we sacrificed more. We gained, when we move from C to D, we gained 1 unit, but we sacrificed of that one. Again, we gained 1 unit, sacrificed more. Again, gained 1 unit, sacrificed more. So, gaining 1, sacrificing more. That is, so I told you, parallel lines, it shows the gain, vertical lines, it shows the loss. So, this is the slope of this curve. This highlighted area, we can say the slope of this curve. So, slope of this curve means it is an inverse relationship between commodity X and commodity Y. That is slope downward or slope of this PPC curve. Understood? Second characteristic feature is that PPC, it is a shape of the PPC is concave to the origin. Second property, PPC is concave to the origin. PPC is concave to the origin, not convex to the origin. So concave to the origin, it shows the MRT or MOC. It shows MRT or MOC. What is MRT or MOC? It shows the transformation of one resource to the other resource, to the production of other commodity. So good resource of Y, which was used for the production of Y, it was transformed for the production of X. In other terms, sacrifice and gain. Delta Y by delta X. Anyway, sacrificed. Resource kept, it was there, it was sacrificed for the production of other good. Is it? So more of means how more of sacrifice is required to get less of the gain. We can say more of sacrifice. More we have to sacrifice to get less gain. More sacrificed, less gained. So gaining is less, sacrifice is more. Why? Resources are not equally efficient. If all these resources are equally efficient in the economy, there is no such issues. One resource of Y is sufficient to produce 1 unit of X. But here, what is the situation? When more and more production increases in the economy, we have to sacrifice more and more units of one other resources. Means the quality, the efficiency of the resources are not equally efficient. That is why, that's the assumption I told. That is why we have to sacrifice more, but we are gaining less. Is it? MOC increases, MRT also increases. The ratio also increases. Gaining only remains constant. The sacrifice ratio increases. MOC the same thing, it increases. That is what we are saying. We can say here 1 on 1. Is it? Then 2 on 1. Sacrificed 3, gained 1. Like that it is going on from A to till where? Till F. So that is what we are saying. It has the PPC is a concave to the origin because of the MOC or MRT. PPC is concave to the origin because of the slope, gaining and losing of that one. An inverse relationship of these two goods. PPC is also having a downward sloping curve. So we can say together downward sloping concave shaped curve, concave to the origin is PPC curve. Understood? It is easy to understand the concept, is it? And for the calculation of U, how can we calculate MOC? With the help of a numerical example, we can show that, is it? So all of you note down this question and try to find out the answer. Okay, so right here we can produce. I think if I am writing here, you can see this. Okay, so I am producing two goods. One is a Maggi noodle and one is a pasta. Is it? Better you write the values with the help of a table. Then you can write neatly. Is it? Write a table like draw a table like this. Write the values in the table. How many values we can write? Many 5, 6 values only required, not need to write more. But that should be in a proportional combination. Means one should sacrifice more, other one should gain more. 10, then we sacrifice 20, means 70. 20, then we sacrifice 30, then it will become 40. Then we'll sacrifice 10, 20, 40. Then how much next one we can sacrifice? 30. 30 and 30, no problem. Then we'll adjust. And 0. Gaining we can make in a constant level. 0, 20, then it is 40, then it is 60. Then 20, 20, 20 each it should go. Then we can 70, because here 10 only decrease. 75. And how much we can give in terms of 0, 0 we can write full sacrifice na? So we can write 4. Okay, we'll check it. Try to calculate these values. Okay, I'll read. If I think it's not possible to see the last portion, I'll read. Production of Maggi, I'm reading first. 100, 90, 70, 40, 10 and 0. It will be correct. For production of pasta, 0, 20, 40, 60, 75 and 79. So what is the equation? Sacrifice of Maggi. Sacrifice, equation of MRT. Sacrifice of Maggi divided by gain of pasta. Is it? Sacrifice of Maggi by gain of pasta. First example, first was no sacrifice. Nothing is there. Second sacrifice. So in between, below you can write MOC or MRT. You can write below MRT or MOC and calculate. First one no calculation. Second one, how much sacrificed? From 100 we came to 90. So how much sacrificed? 10. 10 sacrificed. How much gained? 20. 10 divided by 20. What's the answer? 0, 0 cancelled. 1 by 2. 0.5. We got first answer 0.5. Correct. Second one. Maggi is a 70. Pasta is 40. Means 70 and 40. Sacrificed how much? 20. Gain how much? Yes, gain also 20. Answer is very easy. 1. See, 0.5 became 1. It started showing it increases. Such a way you calculate, you will get the answer. Is it? Any easily you can calculate. The third one is that how much? 30 divided by 20. 30 divided by 20 means 70 became 40. So gain is 30. Loss is 30. Gain is 40 became 60. 20. So 30 divided by 20 means 1.5. Next answer is 30 divided by 20 is 1.5. Is it? And next one, sacrifice is 30 means 10. Now we are having 10 only. 40 became 10 means 30 sacrificed. But the gain only here I think 50. So 30 divided by 50. Clear answer 2. Correct. Such a way only I made. And last one, 10 only sacrificed. 10 became 0. Gain, that was not much gain, only 4 only gained. 4 means 2.5. See, so means first answer is 0.5, second one 1, then 1.5, then 2, then 2.5. See, MOC or MRT increases. MOC or MRT increases. Such a way, we can expect a question in examination also regarding the calculation of MOC and MRT. Hope you understood my class and try to study this concept in detail with the help of this diagram and table. Okay. Hope you enjoyed the class also. Keep watching my previous classes also and share this knowledge to your friends, because this is my quarantine activity. I am taking virtual classes to the students. The same class I am retaking and after the editing and all, I am uploading for you all people. Those who are studying in commerce or humanities, economics, you can use this one and you can share this knowledge. That's the important thing. After acquiring the knowledge, you have to share. And it is a good, class is good. Try to subscribe and to get the notification regarding my new classes. You know what to do. Just press the bell button also. Thank you once again for watching my class.